On the news tonight, Governor Sheriff Oborewori commends Senator Oluremi Tinubu for her drive in tackling spread of HIV and AIDS. Nigerian First Lady donates food items to vulnerable groups. Federal government to link National Identification Register with National Identification Number. Abroad, Russia says Western sanctions must be lifted before Ukraine maritime ceasefire can start. Good evening. Welcome to Delta Television Main News tonight. I am Pauline Okolie. Governor Sheriff Oborewori has commended Senator Oluremi Tinubu and the Organization of African First Ladies for Development, OFLAD, for the renewed drive to tackle the spread of HIV and AIDS among women of reproductive age, elimination of mother-to-child transmission, and treatment of children born with HIV and AIDS. Governor Oborewori who stated this in Asaba during the flag-off of HIV and AIDS, syphilis and hepatitis campaign by the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, said the campaign was a giant step towards addressing the gender-sensitive concerns of sexually transmitted diseases and sexual and reproductive health issues as highlighted in the Beijing Declaration of 1995. He said several factors, including violence against women and girls, early and forced marriage, prevalence of harmful traditional practices, cultural norms, and limited access to education and health care were parts of the women account for disparity. The governor said it was estimated that about 35.6% of women across the world have experienced either non-partner sex.
To be living with HIV than men. Difference in HIV prevalence between women and men is increasingly highest among younger adults, with young women aged 20 to 25 years 3 times more likely to be living with HIV as young men in the same age group.
Governor Oborewori said his administration would continue to complement the efforts of the First Ladies of Africa by ensuring that women were empowered to make decisions for their economic and physical well-being. Meanwhile, Senator Tinubu has officially flagged off the free-to-shine triple elimination of HIV and AIDS, syphilis and hepatitis campaign for the South-South in Delta State. She said the initiative would protect the health of women of reproductive age and eliminate mother-to-child transmission and boost treatment of children born with HIV. Florence Oyibodoro reports.
Senator Tinubu said the Organization of African First Ladies for Development was targeted at ending HIV/AIDS in children in Africa by 2030 and keep mothers healthy, strengthening engagement and advocacy of First Ladies to address the disease and related challenges. She said the program will run in the 6 geopolitical zones and commended the wife of the state governor, Dickness Tobore Oborewori, for her effective mobilization for the program. Senator Tinubu emphasized Nigeria's commitment to reducing HIV transmission, particularly making citizens know their HIV status and have access to free drugs and treatments.
According to the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, in 2024, there were over 100,000 children and nearly 2 million adults living with HIV. Also, it is reported that most infants born to HIV-positive parents are not tested within the first 2 months of birth, likely due to the fact that the mothers are not aware or they are ignorant of the consequences of their inaction. It is heartbreaking to know that just 2 years ago, 15,000 children aged 0 to 14 lost their lives in AIDS-related illnesses.
In her address, the wife of the state governor and Delta State coordinator of the Renew Hope Initiative, Dickness Tobore Oborewori, commended Senator Tinubu for bringing the initiative to the grassroots, stressing that the program will complement the Delta State government's health insurance scheme. She, however, called on all stakeholders to cooperate with the Free to Shine campaign of the Africa First Ladies to eradicate diseases.
I wish to use this video to call on well-meaning individuals, organizations, and donor agencies to be part of this move to eradicate this plague. This will help in addressing the challenges of safe delivery of our women and the growth of our children.
The coordinating minister for health, Professor Ali Pate, represented the World Health Organization WHO country representative, Dr. Walter Mulombo, the UN AIDS country director, Dr. Leopard Achur, as well as the UNICEF country representative, Ms. Christiana Modrete, said HIV, syphilis, and hepatitis were not death sentences and emphasized the need for more resources to fight the diseases in Nigeria.
Her Excellency Senator Oluremi Tinubu, TON, is truly renewing the health of Nigerians and helping to secure a healthier future for our country.
The flag off ceremony attracted dignitaries, including Governor Sheriff Oborewori and wives of governors in the South. Florence Oibodoro reporting.
Governor Sheriff Oborewori has said the Delta State Commercial Oil Palm Plantations Growers Cooperative Society Limited project is expected to attract about $1 billion in development finance over the next decade. Governor Oborewori disclosed this at the public presentation and launch of the Delta State Oil Palm Plantations Development Land Bank and Agri-Data Asaba. Ejime Udweme reports.
The governor said it was expected to create thousands of jobs, stimulate the local economy, and position Delta State as a front runner in Nigeria's agricultural transformation. He said that transforming the state's oil palm industry was in furtherance of his more agenda, which underscored the commitment to unlocking the potentials of agriculture, particularly the oil palm sector, as a catalyst for sustainable development, wealth creation, and the enhancement of livelihoods. He said starting with 41 limited liability companies and 1,971 smallholder farmers, Decon Corp has now expanded to encompass 145 companies and 3,080 smallholder farmers. Governor Oborewori emphasized that the transformation of the state's oil palm industry was not just a government project, but a collective endeavor requiring the dedication of stakeholders.
Delta State should occupy the leadership position in agricultural production, as we are currently doing the crude oil. To our hardworking farmers and entrepreneurs, I want to assure you that the Delta State government is fully committed to creating an environment that fosters your growth and success. We are dedicated to providing the necessary resources, support, and opportunities to help you thrive.
Secretary of DECOM, Dr. Felix Okunti, said DECOM Cooperative hope to lift 2 million Deltans out of poverty and create 15,000 millionaires as well as 1,080 billionaires in Delta by the year 2032 through the Oil Palm Project Initiative. He added that the DECOM project had the capacity to generate more than 288,700 jobs in the first instance and 1 million jobs in the long run. Ejime Uduime reporting.
Some vulnerable groups in the state have received food items donated through the food outreach component of the Renewed Hope Initiative and Social Investment Program of the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu. The wife of the Vice President and National Vice Chairman of the Renewed Hope Initiative, Hajiana Nashetima, made the presentation in Government House, Asaba. Again, Florence Oibodoro reports.
Aja Shetima said the food items would alleviate the plight of the beneficiaries, adding that the items should be well used. She said the Renew Hope Initiative Food Outreach Scheme would continue to put smiles on the faces of the less privileged through partnership with donors.
This food outreach scheme began on March 8, 2024 at the Federal Capital Territory to provide vulnerable households with food items to support their families.
The wife of the state governor and founder Humanity Charity Foundation, Dickness Tobore Oborewori, described the donation as apt and appreciated Senator Oluremi for the gesture.
The donation of food items to vulnerable groups in Delta State under the social investment program of the food outreach scheme of the Renewed Hope Initiative is timely and a big thing to us. We are so grateful. Your Excellency, since the inception of this administration, we have benefited immensely from your kind gesture in different ways. The elderly have not lacked your constant attention. The farmers, petty traders, school children, even the youth, and now your focus is on the vulnerable groups.
The managing director of one of the partnering groups, the Abu Samad Rabiu Africa Initiative, Dr. Ubo Udob, said the collaboration with the Renew Hope Initiative was designed to cater for the vulnerable members of the society, especially on poverty reduction and good nutrition.
We're partnering with the Renewed Hope Initiative. So Alhaji Suman's vision for a better Nigeria involves us taking responsibility for solving our own problems. So we need to be able to create local problems to local solutions. To make that happen, we also have to have the kind of strategic partnerships where we can combine all our collective resources to create impact. And so our partnership with the Renewed Hope Initiative is one of such partnerships. Alhaji Samad Rabiu is very passionate about food security. You can see he applies that even to the businesses, and we've applied that to philanthropy as well. What's been donated to RHI in terms of the food is 1 trailer load of food every month for the next 12 months.
Some of the beneficiaries expressed gratitude for the donation.
We are so lucky and happy to be a beneficiary of this initiative. So we receive our own food package.
Florence Oibodoro reporting.
The outgoing head of the State Civil Service, Mr. Reginald Bayoko, has been described as an astute human resource manager whose contributions to the development of the public service administration has been profoundly impactful. The chairman of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, 8Pm, Asaba, Dr. Onyesin Kencho, stated this while paying tribute to Mr. Bayoko at an event in his honor. Lauding the retiring HOS for his calm and professional disposition, Mr. Kencho said Mr. Bayoko had been a shining light to the Institute and human resource management practice in Nigeria. Others in their remarks expressed satisfaction with the leadership style of Mr. Bayoko, even as they wished him well in the next chapter of his life. Mr. Reginald Bayoko thanked the 8Pm for the honor done him and charged civil servants and human resource managers to always strive for excellence and make professionalism their watchword. He enjoined them not to relent in deepening their knowledge and understanding and making themselves indispensable in their career paths. The President of the State Customary Court of Appeal, Justice Catherine Ojubana Orishedere, today swore in no fewer than 80 persons as chairmen and members of the areas and district Customary Court of Appeal in the state. The ceremony held in Asaba. Henry Unogwa reports.
Addressing the chairmen and members after they had subscribed to the relevant oaths, Justice Ojubana Orishedere said they had been found worthy to serve in the State Judicial Service Commission, adding that the inauguration marked the end of the selection process of the lay judges into the lower bench. She congratulated them on their new status, explaining that the primary role of members of area and district customary court was advisory, particularly as it concerned the customs and traditions of the people within their court's area of jurisdiction, while enjoining them to be good ambassadors of their departments. Justice Ojubana Orishedere advised the chairman to listen to the opinions of members on customary issues in their area of jurisdictions.
This appointment, therefore, is a call to greater duty of more efficient service and responsibility. I charge you to be a good example of hard work, transparency, accountability, fairness, and justice.
Responding on behalf of others, Mr. Felix Oboy thanked the President of the Customary Court of Appeal for finding them worthy to serve. He promised that they would carry their duties with diligence.
We will always be calling to those who are ahead of us for guidance to ensure that we don't fall along the way.
Henry Onogwa reporting.
The cordial relationship between President Bola Tinubu and Governor Sheriff Oborevwori will continue to benefit the state. The Director General of the Delta State Orientation and Communications Bureau, Dr. Fred Oyenesiwe, said this in a radio program. He said the visit of the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, to the state would greatly benefit Deltans. Dr. Oyenesiwe said Governor Oborevwori's good governance strides had improved the state's reputation and attracted local and international investors. He assured Deltans that the governor would upgrade Delta State from the fourth largest economy in Nigeria through prudent management of state resources. The federal government has said that efforts are underway to link the National Social Register with the National Identifying Number (NIN) for Nigerians to ease access to humanitarian interventions and authenticate beneficiaries of government programs. The Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Minister and Poverty Reduction, Professor Netawe Yewada, made this known at a two-day National Humanitarian Roundtable in Abuja. The minister noted the challenge of authenticating the identity of beneficiaries of government interventions during disasters and other humanitarian assistance, as well as assisting in anticipating crisis and resource mobilization for prompt disaster response in line with modern practices. He said by leveraging data and technology, the government could anticipate crisis, mobilize resources faster, and ensure aids reach those who were in need the most. The Nigeria Customs Service (NCS) has begun enforcing a presidential directive aimed at promoting the local manufacturing of medical and pharmaceutical products. The initiative is part of the federal government's broader strategy to reduce dependency on imported healthcare goods, enhance domestic production, and ensure sustainable access to essential medicines. The announcement was contained in a statement signed by Abdullahi Maiwada, Assistant Comptroller of Customs and National Public Relations Officer, on behalf of the Comptroller General of Customs. The statement said the initiative aligned with the administration's broader economic strategy to promote self